Welcome to our webinar about automating and simplifying infrastructure construction projects with cloud-based data. For those of you who don't know me yet, my name is Tammy Bronfen. I'm the marketing director at Datumate. It's really great to see all of you here today. And I'd like to start off by welcoming my colleagues who will be leading the discussion. I'm going to let you each introduce yourselves.
Thank you, Tammy. Hi, everybody. My name is Uriel Shirazi. I'm the Director of Sales Engineering here at Datumate, civil engineer, experience in working in heavy civil construction sites and also in the energy sector. Thank you.
Hi, everybody. My name is Tom Jennings. I'm the Senior Solutions Engineer for Datumate in North America. I've been building and flying drones for the last 12 years. I'm a private pilot, and my background is in physics and computer science. One of the coolest projects I ever worked on, I flew the Apple headquarters in Cupertino for 2 years, worked with their BIM team. Super interesting project.
Fantastic. Thanks, Tom. So in today's webinar, we'll be showing you how DataBIM, which is our 4D infrastructure construction data analytics platform, can help you do multiple things. Some of the things we'll be reviewing is how you can turn your drone data into analytics and insights, leverage the power of artificial intelligence and big data to digitize your construction site, track progress, detect deviations, and prevent costly rework, enhance collaboration, reduce uncertainty, and improve efficiency. Compare digital as-built to design versus designs, and create automated engineering reports. So I think we're ready to get started. Let's get started.
Perfect.
So we're going to start just with a very quick overview of the challenges of infrastructure construction projects specifically, just to kind of get everyone in the context of what we're going to be discussing. So we all know infrastructure is very different to vertical construction. It's usually characterized by extreme complexity, low efficiency and productivity, and insufficient site data, often lacking one single source of truth. This usually leads to a lot of uncertainty and high risk in these projects, which in turn results in them finishing over budget and over schedule. Uriel, over to you.
Thank you very much, Tammy. As such a tool, DataBIM allows its users to overlay designs, to compare them to the 3D models of their job sites. Also enables users to track and manage the schedule of the project. And when all the information is gathered, viewed, analyzed in a single platform, the stakeholders of the project are much more aware to the smallest issues and problems, delays, and then they can solve them as early as possible, save money, save time.
Thanks, Ariel. So now I'm going to touch on digitizing infrastructure construction projects. You know, the big benefit is it's going to benefit the owner and contractor alike. They're going to see improved collaboration, increased time savings, decreased risk, and greater efficiency. WRS found that by flying the site using an RTK drone, a secure location, they were able to decrease risk by keeping surveyors out of the way of heavy equipment. The drone data could be processed in hours and shared across the entire enterprise so that the decisions could be based on real-time data. Progress is measured against the design files so that costly mistakes are discovered immediately or eliminated altogether. One of the most interesting use cases I've seen lately came from ATS Construction in Kentucky. Dylan Murphy uses DataBIM to overlay as-built drawings of the 3D model of infrastructure projects. Before setting foot on the job site, he can use the annotations tool to document all of the visible conflicts on the project. He hands this over to the owner and architect to fast-track pre-construction meetings. Of course, making the leap to digitization does have challenges. End user resistance with the initial rollout and training is one of the most common challenges. For any company starting or scaling a drone program, it is critical to find the roles for each individual. My experience with Western Engineering was that as soon as the engineering services saw the power of the drone data, it wasn't a question of when they would roll out the program, but how fast and how efficiently they can scale it.
Thank you very much, Tom. Well said. Now let's take a quick tour into Datumate. Datumate is a cloud-based solution. It means that you can log in from any computer or tablet with an internet connection. Once logged in, we see all the projects that we are assigned to on a map and in a digital notebook on the left side of the screen, together with more information and images of each and every project. Let's choose one of them and visit it. In the center, we see the 3D model of a given date. This model is geo-referenced to the state coordinate system at a survey-grade accuracy of sub-inch. Datumate supports any coordinate system, including local ones. We can zoom in and tilt the model as you see, and when I move my cursor, you can see the XYZ coordinates on the bottom right corner of the screen change. At the top here, you can see the timeline. Each of these bullets is another flight, and all of them together allow us to manage and track our project in the most efficient way. On the right side, you can see the toolbox for engineering accurate calculations, such as distances or areas, elevation points, and more. All the calculations that we conduct and save in Datumate are being saved on the digital notebook on the left side. For example, cross sections or elevation heat maps, other analytics and measurements. Also annotations, which are geolocated points of interest in the model that we can track. For example, safety or quality. Designs that the users can simply upload and overlay to Datumate. And of course, in order to add another flight, all the user needs to do is to click on the Add Flight key, throw in the drone images to Datumate, go through a very simple and automated process. Soon after, Datumate will generate the model in the cloud.
Thanks for that, Ariel. I really like cloud-based photogrammetry. Yeah, so hey, at Datumate, we are using artificial intelligence to auto-detect and mark the center point of ground control points. We've trained a model to identify all of the major symbols used to mark control points. One of our clients preferred to use chevrons, so all we had to do was train our system to identify those markers. Right away, your UAV and survey team are going to experience big time savings on our platform is marking control points for them. So as the construction industry continues along this journey of digital transformation, there are tremendous opportunities for companies to streamline their processes, increase efficiency, and retain their competitive edge. Datumate's virtual ground control points save valuable time and money while maintaining the survey-grade accuracy of construction site mapping model. Let's think about how we can use real-time kinematics and virtual ground control points to save time on the job site. So the initial setup involves laying out physical GCPs, manually measuring their location. The DataBIM AI engine automatically identifies the physical GCP marking structure and center. Beginning with the second flight, DataBIM's automatic georeferencing algorithm identifies features existing in both flights and creates a set of virtual ground control points. In every subsequent flight, a new set of GCPs is created based on data gathered in the previous flight, eliminating any further use of physical GCPs. As noted, the virtual ground control point relies on the power of AI-driven automatic georeferencing and image processing algorithm. As soon as the DataBIM system creates the 3D photogrammetry model of the construction site, it begins matching up images and features that it recognizes from previous flights. The more often flights occur, the more information the system can process and learn about the location, ensuring that the model takes into account any changes to the terrain over time and remain enduringly accurate. So Next, I want to talk about pre-process models. So if you already have an existing drone program with your own photogrammetry workflow, but want to take advantage of the Datumate cloud-based tools for analysis and collaboration, we have a perfect option. Datumate makes it easy to upload pre-processed files. All you will need to do is have your orthophoto and LAS file ready to upload to the Datumate platform. I've seen many clients use this as a clean and easy method to scale their drone program from a desktop-based photogrammetric engine to cloud-based. The benefits of cloud-based solutions are you're going to eliminate siloed data, share the data across the entire enterprise, be able to scale the drone program across the enterprise, connect field and project management workflows, and generate 2D takeoffs to 3D quantities with a single solution.
Thank you very much, Tom. And indeed, I think that cloud processing and sharing the information among all the team members and stakeholders is super, super important these days. And this is one of the reasons our customers love Datumate. I wanted to speak now a bit more about designs. Datumate supports multiple design formats, such as DXF, DGN, LandXML, DWGs, and IFC. In this example of 5 miles or 8 kilometers project bypassing a city, we overlay the as-built of a stockpile that was measured by the surveyor. We upload it to Datumate and we can see the area of the stockpile, and we want to calculate and validate its volume. By right-clicking the mouse, we can make a very quick volumetric calculation instead of marking the entire area on our own. A few more seconds later, and we have the numbers. We can make the comparison between Datumate to the surveyor. Jumping forward in this project, actually a flight from last week, if I'm not mistaken, we can see how the project progressed, and we can see the design of the road overlaid on the 3D model. We can make sure that the construction is following the design, we can inspect the borders, and more. Here we see a design of the road lights. We can make sure that they were placed in the correct location or not, like we see here. Maybe it's not a big issue, but anyway, the project manager can address it. Let's inspect this one. Looks more or less okay. We can also overlay the design of the water line, grounding works, or any other layer that we will choose to upload and overlay in Datumate. In this example, we see a 3D IFC design of a light rail bridge. Our customer uses Datumate during the design stage, wanting to see how the light rail bridge will incorporate in the existing environment, above ground and also below the ground, as you can see now. Of course, he also wants to understand the amount of work, the type of work that needed to be done in the project.
Uriel, I love to see the 3D IFC files and where the project is going to finish. I think it's really amazing.
Those are great. Yes, I agree with you.
Yeah. All right, now I'm going to speak a little bit about automated engineering reports. Datumate offers a suite of valuable tools designed to make measurements and analytics simple and easy. The Datumate cross-section analytics tool allows users to make a cross-section of any surface to visualize the elevation. You can then add other design surfaces of flights from the projects so that you can monitor change or track progress. Our clients asked us to create the cross-section report for the entire road project, so we put our team to work. We're using the power of machine learning to bring automated engineering reporting to the infrastructure construction. A key benefit of automating reports is the amount of time it saves in manual data wrangling processes. The removal of these manual processes frees up significant time for key staff, allowing them to focus on more important activities and enhance business insights to drive better decisions. I like to think we are putting machine learning to work, taking mundane and tedious jobs off of the plates of engineers so they can focus on what is important. The cross-section volume report will generate tabular and visual volume calculations of finished grade and subgrade surfaces against the existing 3D model. And now that the tool is automated, the report can be automatically generated as needed during the life cycle of the project.
Thank you, Tom. And indeed, we put lots of focus on automating processes that will help our customers and Datumate users on their day-to-day job. Another automated report that Datumate provides to its users is the grade checking report. The grade checking is a very important task in road construction. As some of us know, the road is built from layers over layers. The construction team must verify that the layers are built according to the design before progressing to the next ones. Datumate allows its users to easily compare between the as-built, either from the 3D model or from a traditional survey. It means that you don't always have to fly the drone to use Datumate. You can use it also between flights by a standard surveyor, total station, or RTK GPS. We are comparing between these surveys, the 3D model or the traditional one, to the design of the different layers of the road. Datumate provides an automatic report showing the delta between the design to the as-built. Once the delta is small enough according to the project standards, the team can progress to the next layer, and so on and so forth. This report and others, like you've shown and more, save hours of work on site and at the office to our customers. And now I'm going to speak a bit about automated detection of construction elements and a bit about machine learning. In this example, we see a construction of a substation. As part of the project and the use of Datumate, our customer asked us to automatically track the different stages of the energization elements in the substation. You may think it's not an issue to manually update the status of the elements, especially when you work with Datumate on the cloud, on your computer or tablet from anywhere. But this customer builds dozens of substations a year, thus saving numerous hours of manual labor. Datumate leverages its artificial intelligence engine to complete this task and generate automatic reports to the customer after each drone flight. Our customer provided us with images of the different stages. You can see them here. Stage 1 is the ground. Stage 2 are different types of excavations. Stage 3, concrete, several types. Stage 4, the steel installation of the structure. And the last one is the different electrical components. By combining the information from the images, from the design, from the digital as-built that was generated in Datumate, the platform could have generated automated reports after each upload of a new model to Datumate. Like this report that provides the information about the different stages of the foundation work. For example, we can see that 10 piles or foundations haven't been started yet. They are still in the ground stage. 0 foundations are in the excavation stage. 4 piles were casted with concrete. Another example that we can see here provides the following information. 14 elements were completed. The foundation was completed in 14 elements. In 4 elements, the erection of the steel structure was completed, and 93 energization elements were fully installed. These are only few examples of automation that Datumate brings to the construction industry. There are many more.
Thanks for that, Ariel. Next up, let's talk about 4D. So the next step for Datumate is support 4D. That means that users can upload the schedule to the Datumate platform, Microsoft Project, or Primavera P6. Users can view the Gantt chart, the tasks, the critical path, and the amount of work that has to be done in the unit. Datumate will allow users to tie the plan and the design they have uploaded into Datumate to the 3D model. In this case, you can see a linear task, for example, excavation. The user can connect the design of this task to the task in the Gantt chart. and then update the design based on the real progress of the most recent flight. In this case, we see that excavation reached about 50% of progress. And then Datumate provides the real progress in red compared to the planned progress in gray, allowing us to better monitor and track progress on the job site.
Thanks again, Tom. And now I wanted to show you guys how it works on Datumate. So let's run the video and see how it works. The user uploads the schedule to Datumate. They can view it with or without the Gantt chart, with the 3D model. And then the next step, like you said, Tom, is to tie between the different tasks to the design in order to track their progress. In this case, the activity is a construction of a beam in this road. We're zooming into the design, and at this stage, what we are doing is associating the task with the design. After the design was associated to the task, we can add the actual progress from the flight, in this case, March. After we have managed the real progress, which is about 18 meters out of 408, only the beginning, 4%. We see the information on a graph, and we can jump to the next flight. In April, 1 month later, we are measuring the actual again, which is about 146 meters or 36%. The graph shows us the planned pace in gray compared to the actual in red. And in red broken line, the estimated end date for this task based on the real pace that the construction team was working on.
Thanks, Ariel. I am really excited about 4D, and I think it's going to be a great tool for our clients. So far we've talked about cloud-based data analytics. Let's share some real-world examples to tie it all together. So forward-looking civil construction companies like Civil Works Contracting are seeing enormous value in embracing the digital age, integrating new technology into all aspects of their process. Civil Works started flying this residential project before construction even began, used the 3D model as a baseline for estimating the first phase of the project, which involves grading the area above the houses, forming a mass haul analysis to minimize transportation costs. Moving dirt is so expensive, the Datumate used to measure the specific volume of earth multiple times across the project lifecycle during the bidding estimation phase to verify those quantities once the excess dirt is removed from the area above the building and getting the site on grade. To measure the volume of the new stockpile with removed dirt, compare it to the number of trucks hauling the dirt down. This is used as a safeguard solution to ensure that none of the dirt is removed off-site unaccounted for during the project lifecycle. Here's what Phil Broom at Civil Works had to say about using Datumate. We use Datumate to accurately measure anything clearing dirt volumes, stockpiles, excavating ponds, piles of debris left on sites that need to be removed. Recently, we needed to provide an estimate for 650,000 square foot warehouse. You could easily get answers to the questions we had using drone footage and measurement tools from the platform. And that's only during the bidding and pre-construction phase. It gives us so much value across the entire construction lifecycle. Using Datumate, Phil was able to see a significant time savings, especially on measurements in the field, significant increase of accuracy of estimation, enhanced collaboration with owners, ability to catch potential deviations and mistakes in the early stages, and major time savings by generating automated reports with drone data. Civil Works will continue to use DataBIM in multiple projects to further reinforce the company's growing reputation as a market leader that uses digital construction technology to accurately track and monitor progress of multiple projects, and more effectively collaborate with other contractors and project owners while saving time and reducing costs.
Great, thank you very much, Tom.
Thanks, Tom. That was a really interesting case study. It's always interesting to see how DataBIM is used by customers in so many different ways.
Bill Broom is great to work with too. He's I love the South, and talking to these guys is always a pleasure. So.
Yeah. Fantastic. Okay, so I think we're going to open the floor now to questions. If anyone has any questions, please add them in the question and answer, the Q&A section. We have a few already that we'll start answering now. And just while we're talking, again, please feel free to send us some more. So Uriel and Tom, I'm just going to read out the questions, and then, you can decide which one to take on. So the first one here is, how does your service work and how is it actually accessed? I think we covered this a little in the presentation itself, but it's worth addressing, just kind of recapping on that again.
I'll take that one. Our platform is a cloud-native SaaS service. Some of our customers have their own drone platform and utilize DataBIM independently after a short training session. For other customers that are new to drone usage, we usually connect them with our certified partners that help them to implement and kick off their work with DataBIM. We do, of course, offer full support for our customers in certified programs. So, from a training perspective, we have online training, and then we do a lot of one-on-one training to make sure that our clients are fully aware of all the features available and they're completely ready to implement those. So I actually work with the pilots and the engineers on both ends of the spectrum.
And Tom, I thank you. Very, very important question. And I would like to add that we see that in projects that we manage from A to Z, whether if it's in Israel, where we are based, in Europe, for example, the substations project that you saw, or in the US, the success rate is much, much higher. It means that our customers and the users extract much more out of DataBIM. Because if the customer or the users need now also to learn how to fly the drone, also to start working with the ground control points, and maybe not all of them are familiar with these techniques, this can create lots of noise, which is not related to the platform. So having everything being delivered by Datumate is a much more reliable way to success.
Yeah, I like to think that we're consultants and that we're ready to support our clients on end to end, from capture, processing, to what's really important is making the analytics and generating the automated reports.
I fully agree.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense, I think, as well. Kind of like also still, in some places, early stages, and just kind of doing as much as we can.
Providing a holistic
increase
solution.
The adoption of digital construction as well.
Indeed.
So we have another one. What's the best accuracies of point cloud for layer works volume checking? Is that one clear?
Well, we generate survey grade accuracy, so we get down to a tenth of a foot with proper ground control placement. And then, we have done studies comparing the volumetric measurements against manned surveys, LiDAR, and then the photogrammetric volume calculations. Everything is within like 1 or 2%. So I think the volumes are very reliable. You know, there are some best practices that we will help people understand using the platform, but generally the results are very high accuracy. Early, anything to add to that?
Yes, I would like to add that we see it not only during the construction stage, but also during the bidding stage. Some of our customers use Datumate, as you've mentioned, Tom, during the bidding stage. And one of our customers recently won, actually the customer that you saw using the 3D IFC for the design stage. He was also using Datumate during the bidding stage and won the bid with Datumate, with the most accurate and the best offer that he provided from all the other competitors.
Yeah, pre-construction, Datumate adds a lot of value, being able to compare as-built to design and making sure that you are getting the project you think you're going to start, right?
Correct.
Yeah, that's really interesting. I think we also saw in one of the customers said that they used it then to for progress billing. So they used the base as what they used for the bid. They won the bid, and then it was easy to kind of go back and cross-reference the accuracy later on in terms of progress, which is also really interesting. Okay, so we're ready for the next question. What type of drones do we support? Do you support?
We're drone agnostic, so we support all drones that geotag images. You know, a lot of our clients are using, we do highly recommend RTK though. So the DJI Phantom 4 RTK or the Wingtra, seeing people start to even use the Skydeo. You know, there's so many great drones on the market that are really easy to fly. They all have awesome mission planning software that is easy to use, easy to train. Some of the interesting things I see coming down the road, though, are maybe being able to include LiDAR data inside of Datumate. It's on the roadmap, something we're definitely looking at, and you know, I definitely see a high value.
Fantastic. Real, anything to add, or should I move on to the next one?
No, to the next one, I guess.
Okay, so I think we time for like another 2-3 questions maximum. So the next one is, I'm a general contractor who works with owners. Is Datumate suitable for me? Is it a good fit? Real, do you want to take this one, or Tom?
Yeah, I'll take this one. So yeah, of course, Datumate is more than suitable for general contractors. Our main two types of customers are the general contractors and also the project owners. So if the customer is the general contractor, he can use Datumate to work with his subcontractors, to supervise them, to validate invoices, to manage them, to track their progress, and maybe even show them that they don't progress according to the plan or the schedule. And of course, when working with the owner, the GC can build trust by providing access to the platform. Yes, believe it or not, but some of our customers do that, either viewing capabilities or other customers also editing and measuring capabilities. And of course, also when the GC wants to get paid, he can also attach or show the progress with Datumate in addition to the invoices that he submits to the owner.
I really like that it reduces everything is transparent between the owner and the general contractor. Reduces disputes, everybody knows what's going on. Really high value in that.
Definitely. Internally as well, it's used a lot in, status meetings, internally, externally, kind of increases transparency all around.
Yeah, I like it when the clients are opening up Datumate in the morning meetings and using it to describe, this is where we've been, this is where we're going. Great.
I think we have time for two more. I'm just going to ask one and let's see how long, how we go.
I would like to, regarding the first or second question regarding the accuracies. So for volume calculations, I would like to add that when conducting a volume calculation, it's possible to compare to any type of base surface. It can be a design that the user uploads to Datumate. It can be the surrounding of the stockpile in order to calculate the net amount. It can be the minimum elevation, or just typing in a number, the elevation that I want to compare to, or previous flights. If I want to measure the progress in the same area from capture to capture, I can do that using the delta volume calculation. And of course, that all of the calculations and the things that we conduct and measure in Datumate, we can export them either as PDF, DXFs, or CSVs.
Fantastic. I think that might even tie in a little bit with the next question. Can one use the reports on a base layer?
Okay, not sure I fully understand the question, but I think that's more or less answering it. If I understand that the base layer of the calculation can be any type of reference layer that the user uploads. So the answer is yes. Unless I don't fully understand it. Tom, maybe you have something to add?
I think that's right. We can generate reports comparing flights to flights or flights to design files. So you just need to define your base layer. Oh, looks like we answered that one.
Yeah, you can see that we got that one. Thanks. Fantastic. Oh, okay, excellent. So we answered that one. And there's one last question that came in. What kind of design files do you support?
So that's something that we have discussed earlier, but we'll be happy to repeat, of course. Datumate supports many types of, many formats of designs. We started with DXF and DWGs, DGNs, Land XMLs, and IFCs. The designs, there are two options to upload designs, or maybe even three. One of them is for visualizations, to compare the line work and to see how the elements are built compared to the design. Another one is analytical, basically to calculate volumes or elevation points between design to the as-built. And another option is to generate automatic reports, like the automated cross-section volume reports. The users upload their surface into Datumate, and a few minutes later, Datumate generates the automated report.
Yeah, I think the important thing to remember about the design files is that we work with Bentley and Autodesk. So no matter what kind of shop you're running, we're going to be able to support both file formats, and that can be really useful. Sometimes people only have access to either MicroStation or Civil 3D. So.
Correct. Super important. Excellent.
I think that's it. I don't see any additional questions that we need to address. Anything else to add, Ariel, Tom, before we close off?
No. Thank you very much, everybody, for joining.
Yeah, thanks everybody for joining. And if you have any questions, you have our contact information. We'd love to help you.
I'll actually be sending in the email, in the follow-up email. You'll receive it tomorrow with the recording of the session and all of our contact details. So feel free to reach out to us with any questions you have, any additional questions, and whatever you need. Thanks so much for taking the time to join us, everyone. Thanks,
Thank you,
Ariel.
everyone.
Tom.
Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Bye, everyone.